So what can be said about the Vision Spinner? What makes this unique compared to other Ego batteries?
If you don't like a single thing that I'm saying, if you're offended when I demonstrate, don't mean again to me and I shall continue. Hope you won't mind if I control my fate.
One thing, it is a variable voltage device, okay? You have an adjustable wheel down here. Most people really know this already, especially seeing as how the Joytech twist has actually came out before this and has been around for a little while because of that. So the good thing about this one over the Joytech is the fact that this thing is really easy to adjust. It has knurling down here at the bottom, nice, easy to read adjustment markings. Okay, one thing that I wish it had was more markings, like maybe not saying the voltages all the way around because there wouldn't be room for it, but like a dot for each tenth of a volt that it goes up, and there would be plenty of room for that. Okay, so it would be nice for that, but you know, as far as the adjustability goes, it definitely is a better, easier to use, easier to adjust than what the twist was. Okay, so I no longer have the twist. I now, for my Ego, I just have the 1300 milliamp hour. And the reason that I think pretty much everybody should have an Ego battery is because when you get things like the CE4, okay, these things, whether you know it or not, these things are made to vape with an Ego, okay? Therefore, they vape the best on an Ego. And the adjustability is pretty much a must as far as the output goes. Okay, so that's pretty darn important. Some of the things that I have to go on top, I've got something that just covers the threads. This one here is kind of like a transitional one, so it goes up and you can use larger things, which, to be honest with you, I wouldn't normally use on an Ego because it's basically built for something bigger, something like a ProVary or a Z-Max or something of that nature. Okay, so that's the device that these will perform the best on. Okay, so you know, it's just kind of like well rounding out my my vape. I've got the groove for things like this, okay, and then I've got Ego things for an Ego, and then I've got mechanicals for a rebuildable or a Genesis, whatever, the silica rebuildables, and then I've got bottom feeders for basically when I leave the house, okay, or whenever I want to have that clean vape with a dripping atomizer and don't want to have to drip in there all the time. So all of this stuff has its place, and the things, the accessories that go on top of them work better with one versus the other, and I know this because I have all of this. Okay, so it's not bullcrap. Basically what's going to happen when you're using something with a large tank is you're not going to get enough constant power going to it. You're going to run your battery out a lot faster. You're going to want to put more voltage to it. Okay, and so therefore it just kind of makes the Ego battery just seem like it's incompetent. But whenever you pair it up with something that fits it, that was made for it, it becomes more well-rounded, and it brings a more pleasurable vape in general. Okay, so that's the reason, another reason why I have all of these different things. Okay, so it just really kind of depends on my mood. But lately, since I got this, I've been vaping it almost exclusively. Every now and again I have to take a vape off of something else, but it's never for long because I want to give an honest, true opinion of what I think about the product. Therefore, I've got to use it for quite a while. Okay, so I have used this for 6 battery charges already, okay, and it takes quite a bit longer using the 450 milliamp hour battery charger if you plug it into a USB. If you plug the USB plug into a wall adapter and plug it into 120 volts, then it doesn't take, or it seems like it doesn't take quite as long, and I could be wrong completely on that, but that's just the way it seems. Okay, so I believe the power is a little bit cleaner, probably coming out of the outlet, therefore making it a little easier for your charger to give the full amount of milliamp hours to your battery, therefore charging it a little faster. Okay, so on to the rest of it. It's got the 5-click on and off, okay, and it didn't turn off. It lets you know it's shutting off. Okay, and now it's telling you it's on. When you push the button, it lights up. Obviously you can see that. Okay, I have no connection issues with putting things on top of this. Oops. Okay, looks just like any regular Ego battery. Let me show you something that is made to go on here, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. It's a little bit fatter than some Ego batteries, like say this one's broken but I still have it here. This one here is 600 mAh, or was. I've got to do some soldering on it, but as you can see, there is a definite difference in the thickness of it. Okay, obviously also in the height. If you want to see what the inside of an Ego battery looks like, here's the button. Okay, I didn't know that was on. Here is something, this is just like a little plug. Okay, and then here is the battery. It actually looks like a AAA battery. So that's what the inside of an Ego looks like. Some people may have wondered. But anyway, so yeah, this thing, I mean, it performs really nice. I mean, I like it. I mean, as far as anything that you want to put on an Ego, it works really well. And I know I'm not generally supposed to run something like the VB Nova on here, per what I was saying earlier, but I am, just for this review. Okay, and it's not performing all that great, to be honest. But one thing I did notice is this here came with my Pro Tank, okay, which I'm going to be doing a review on here shortly. And whenever you want something to be flush, you just reduce this gap by unscrewing this cone. However, on something that gets the air from the bottom, you're not going to get any airflow at all. Okay, it just makes it look a little bit better, kind of just putting the gap down here, but what sticks out is what's on top, so it kind of lowers it down and it makes it a little bit more appealing to the eye. However, with the VB Nova, it doesn't work. With the Pro Tank, that does work. Okay, so you can screw that up. It does impede the draw on the Pro Tank a little bit, but it actually makes for a more pleasurable vape with the Pro Tank, because the Pro Tank, it has a massive open draw. Okay, it's more open than my Genesis atomizer with a 16th inch air hole in the top. It's in the least equal to that. Okay, so and I do have a real did from Greece, so there's really not much more else I can say about it. Charge time is up there, even with 450 mAhs. Okay, so that's going to be 2.5, 3 hours, sometimes even 4. Okay, if you plug it into the USB on your computer, count on 4. If you plug it into the wall, count on probably about 3 to 3.5. Okay, and that's just a guess. To be honest, I didn't actually time it, so don't hold me to that. Okay, as far as vape time goes, this thing will go probably about 8 to 10 hours for a heavy vapor, medium to heavy rather, and that's all I can comment on, because that's how I vape. I'm medium to heavy. One thing that I did notice also is the CE4 type, anything with silica wicks, for some weird reason always give me heartburns. Now, grading the Vision Spinner, I'm going to say obviously it's better than a fixed voltage Ego. I'm going to say it's better than the Joytech, and therefore it has to have the highest marking for an Ego battery out there, period, in my eyes. Okay, I have never tried the ones with the digital adjustments on them, and those might be nice, but as far as those three that I've mentioned, this one here definitely gets the best marks, excuse me, and so therefore 1 out of 10 as a whole. I'm going to give the Vision Spinner in its class a 9. The reason that I'm not going to give it a 10 is because the charge time could be a little bit faster and the battery life could be just a little bit longer. It is almost something that you can start off with in the morning and end with at night. However, it leaves you probably about 2 to 2.5 hours short of that being a moderate to heavy vapor. Okay, so if you are a lighter vapor, then this could end up being an all day for you. Okay, otherwise you might need to get 2, and buying 2 is going to put you up there into another bracket. It's going to put you up there into, like, say, the Groove. But anyways, that's going to do it for my review of the Vision Spinner 1300. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.